As of course, MC Murloc and MC Hammer with Can't Touch This. Gone by a variety of names. The guys in the WoW Radio channel came up with some things which could almost be described as witty. Almost. Anyway, back on with the show. Now, the problem we had with this show, when I say we, that was me and the Blue Police content team, consisting of Moira and Lad, so thanks for their participation, thanks for their help with preparing the show, is that everyone's talking about the same kind of things these days. For the past 2 weeks, it's been the same kind of thing. And loath for me to say anything so stupid is actually a break from the norm, but in this case, it most certainly is. Now, if any of you have gone on the World of Warcraft forums, the American one specifically, you will see the words Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise. Now, I thought briefly, what does this mean? What is it? And I came to the conclusion that it's another Leroy attempt. It's another attempt to simply create a craze over nothing. However, that was my first impression. My second impression was, this is a great way to derail really awful threads. And then it came to me where it was actually from originally. The Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise stuff, which you will see all over the, not the European, the American forums, the American World of Warcraft forums, if you go and have a look. What it is, it's based on a track by a band called Dark Materia. I'm not going to, by any stretch of the imagination, inflict the whole lot on you, because that would just be wrong. Absolutely, totally wrong. But if I can find that track... Oh, there it is. I'm going to play you a bit of this track, just so you understand what on earth is going on over on the American forums. And after this, we shall never speak of it again. So, here's 30 seconds of the track that this whole ridiculous Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise thing was based on. I'll only play you 30 seconds because it's probably what could only be described as oral torture. I'd say enjoy, but that would be quite inappropriate.
To the finest crew in Starfleet. Engage. Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise. Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise. Make it so. Make it so. Make it so. Make it so. First duty of every Starfleet officer is to the truth. Scientific truth, or historical truth, or personal truth. It is the guiding principle of Starfleet.
I told you I was only going to play 30 seconds of it because it's awful. Now, whenever you see that on the forums, you will know exactly what horror it was spawned from. And now we shall never speak of it again. Thank you. Right, on to another topic of discussion. It's been an issue over the past couple of weeks. We've dealt with several threads of what seems to be a larger tapestry here on Blue Please. It's been dealing with the weakness of some of the crafted items in comparison to drops, the difficulty of grinding for drops and what exactly high-level equipment, end-game equipment, is to the casual player, and the concept of the ice-barbed spear, a recent introduction from the Alterac Valley, a quest. And the larger tapestry that I put together is this. It's trade skills versus drops. In one corner, we have the trade skills. You can start with them. It takes quite a lot of effort to get them up. It takes a hell of a lot of effort and a hell of a lot of money, in fact, to max out your trade skill. It also takes a hell of a lot of money to get hold of the really choice recipes, which are often rare, if not epic. So, you'd expect them to be able to be, reaping it in, having the money rolling in, getting people requesting you to build fantastic items for them, building fantastic items for yourself, and generally making something that you feel attached to because you made it. You were the one who ground the materials for it. You were the one who ground your trade skill up to make it. You build it, you wear it, you feel a sense of satisfaction. On the other hand, we have the concept of drops. Also take quite a bit of effort to get, but there's an element of randomness in there. You don't necessarily have to grind for them because you may get them the first time you ever enter an instance, or you may never get them at all. So what's the problem? The problem is simple. The problem is balance. And it's always been the issue. The issue is, one, either the drops or the trade skills becoming significantly better than the other. And right now, I think we're in a position where, aside from a few notable exceptions, such as the Arcanite Reaper, trade skills are in a significantly weaker position than drops. Now, WoW's crafting system is not the best in the world. There are better. To be honest, Star Wars Galaxies is better. Its crafting system is very deep. However, their entire economy relies on it. So, what can be done to improve it? And indeed, does it need to be improved at all? That's a very good question. As far as I'm concerned, something that requires a lot of effort on your part, and something which is a little bit of a break from the norm of going into an instance and grinding and grinding and grinding until something drops, should be encouraged. Because the more variety that's in the game, the better. The longer people will play it, and the more things there are for people to do. There are more goals, rather than just getting to level 60, getting your set, and then hitting Molten Core over and over and over again. Or hitting Alterac Valley over and over and over again with the same kind of effect. So we're now in a position where there's very little point in crafting these fantastic items. Take, for example, there's a set of armour called Thorium Armour. And it's rather good. Or at least it looks that way on first glance. It's a set of resist equipment. It's very good resist equipment because it resists every type of magic. The problem is simple. They spread this equipment over a space of around 10 levels. You can only wear, I think the first thing you can wear is either the leggings or the belt, something along those lines, at around level 46, 47. And you can't wear the West, I'm turning into Roger Wabbit here. You can't wear the rest of it till a much higher level. Not only that, but the resists aren't that good. So that's an entire set of armour which is craftable being completely and totally worthless in comparison to drops. In comparison to stats-based items. I mean, that's another... I'm tripping on my own words here. That's another issue entirely. The whole thing about stats, plus damage, resists, plus defense, plus attack power is a totally different kettle of fish. But it's an example of subpar crafted items. And one of the big problems with crafted items was because they were implemented when spirit was useful. Which right now, you've got a few people hanging on and saying it's a useful stat to have. It has this use, this use, this use. However, those are usually hangers on, and they usually don't have a lot of logic behind them, because the way spirit works is such. When you're casting spells, you do not regenerate mana. Your mana regeneration kicks in around, is it about 5 seconds after you've stopped casting a spell? So, spirit allows regeneration in combat, but only if you're not attacking. In which case you're going to die anyway, so it doesn't matter if you're regenerating or not. Outside of combat, you can't do that. Because, well, you can do it, but why bother? You've got water, you've got bread, you've got conjured pumpernickel loaves. All that magical good stuff. So why would you need spirit? But a lot of the craftable items, tailoring specifically, is extremely prone to the spirit problem. In that, obviously, it's cloth-wearing stuff, and when Blizzard started, they envisioned spirit as being a major statistic. It got nerfed during beta, because it got to the stage where your regeneration was ridiculously high. And it got nerfed so much that it became virtually pointless. And that is why a lot of crafted items, especially armour, have become relatively worthless. Because you don't craft things of the eagle, for instance, which is your standard mage gear. You don't craft things of the bear, which is your standard tank gear. You craft these crazy items with no particular theme to them, And often they've got a lot of spirit in them. Now, I think one of the ways which you could improve, certainly tailoring, and to a lesser extent leatherworking, armour smithing, is to deal with the spirit problem. Now, either you can remove spirit and replace it with another stat, or you can make spirit useful again. The question is how? And it's a very good question, and I'm going to throw that one out. I would like your suggestions on how we can improve spirit. Anyone on the channel? I want you to start your message with the words TB so it sets off my highlight so that I can see your message and read it out. But I would like to know if you have an idea to improve spirit. If you're listening right now and you're not in the chat room, then you are not one of the cool people, and you should join the 102 plus cool kids here. www.wcradio.com. Click the IC button at the top of the screen. That will take you to the wonder, the fantasticness that is our chat room. Now, Niz8 there just came up with something quite interesting. Perhaps spirit could translate to resist. It makes sense, certainly. I would certainly like to see that. That would be quite a good idea. Let's see if there's any other ideas. Send them over here. Get to the WoW Radio chat room. I'd like to hear your ideas on spirit. Now, while we're doing that, I'm going to go on to another feature of the day. And the feature of today is
Bug Watch.
Yes, indeed. It was our new information feature that we had to add because apparently our show wasn't informative enough. The FCC came along and said, your show is not informative enough. We will take you off the air and possibly steal your things. So we came up with the idea of
Bug Watch.
Yes. Where we point out a bug every week. Something that people would not necessarily know about. This one is a bug and an exploit. So if you see this happen, you'll know exactly what it is. Now, the exploit involves carrying the flag in the battlegrounds. Now, just before I go on, I would not endorse anyone using this exploit. In fact, if you use this exploit, you are flagrantly homosexually stupid. Not to insult any decent homosexuals out there, but you would be pretty gay. And I don't use the word gay very often as an exclamation, but I will use it here. Exploiters are gay, spelt G-H-E-Y. I kid ye not. That's as elite as I'm going to get today, folks. Anyway. The exploit, the bug, the problem. Hunters feign death. If you're carrying the flag and you feign death, when you get back up again, it will not show the flag on your on your person. So effectively, you've got the flag taken. You can run around with the flag and no one will know you actually have it. Bit silly. Something that needs to be fixed. Certainly, hopefully, Blizzard will get... I know Tech Lead is listening, so maybe he can send a message Blizzard's way if they don't know this already. But it's an exploit, it's a bug, and if you ever see it happen, that's the reason. If you see someone use it, report them. If it's someone on your side, then yell at them. Because exploiting is bad, okay? It's lame. Right, we've got some ideas coming in about spirit. So let's see what people have got. Other than the words get more spirit gear, which seems to be appearing over and over again. Dougal says make it general resistance. Now, whether he means replace spirit with general resistance or give spirit a resistance quality, I don't know. But I think it's a good idea. A lot of people have come up with this. Spirit to increase magic resistance makes sense. It's your spirit. It's how resilient you are. It's how, you're in a fire. That kind of thing. All those epic, fantastically amazing things. And that's what people are suggesting right now. They should have it as a magic resistance stat. Now, Thumb Trigger came up with the idea that mana should regenerate as normal while in combat, so I assume we've got no delays. Doesn't matter if you're casting, your mana and your health will still regenerate. Definitely. Good idea there. Judea comes up with this idea, that spirit should reduce the mana cost of all your spells by a certain amount per point. Now, I'd probably say no for that because you'd have to cap it somehow. Otherwise, it would get to the stage where you'd be casting free spells, and that would be just silly. I mean, what's the point in intellect, obviously, other than the critical chance when you're casting free spells? Mock says this: it should affect how you gain combo points and rage. I would agree with that, because it affects how you get health and mana, so why shouldn't it affect how you get combo points and rage? I wouldn't say combo points, I'd say more energy, because, well, you know how to get combo points anyway. Aku says that we should have the spirit's regeneration factor be bigger and make a percentage of it work while casting. Good idea there. Sounds like a good idea to me. Now, Macy P comes up with a point that spirit is actually useful for one class, that's being priests, because when they get spirit tap from killing mobs, they get a very good regen during and while resting. Now, here's the problem, and my complaint with that: yeah, you get good regen while resting, but you get better regen while drinking and eating. So, as far as I'm concerned, spirit is relatively pointless there. Now, there's loads and loads and loads of suggestions coming in for spirit. They're mostly the same as what we've already covered. We've covered most of them. But I've got to bring up a point. Now, Macy P says that the Hunter Feign Death thing is old and that it's fixed in 1.6. Not entirely sure of that one for the forum. So hopefully they have fixed it, and that will be great. Anyway, I've got loads and loads of PMs here, and I will try to get through them all at some point in this show. We're going to go into a track. First, the shout-out. Dawn Party. Large group of role players over there on the RP servers, so you may dance, drink mead, quaff ale, in fact, and make merry. Now, the question is, can I find something which can fit the role? Now, people on the channel have been asking for rap. There's only one kind of rap that gets played on this show, and that is rapping the forums. Yo, 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 faux shizzle and so forth. Yes, 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 welcome to another edition of the one and only blinging rapping the forums. Anyone hasn't heard this one before? Where have you been? You are clearly not street. Yes, the point of rapping the forums is to demonstrate just how awful some people's literacy skills are by combining terrible posts with rap music to create a monster of obscene proportions. Yes. Okay. I think it's time for the first rap of the day. But to be honest, that's the only rhyme you're going to get today, folks. Good rhyme, though. Yeah. Anyway. This one's courtesy of Morodin. What an original name there. From the EU servers. It's entitled, Where Does My Subscription Money Go? Sounds like the title of a Scorpions track. So 1, 2, 3, and a 4. This is a question to the Blizzard staff. Can you tell me where exactly my subscription money goes? Because it certainly doesn't go to maintaining the server. Blizzard makes millions of dollars of profits every month. They employ hundreds of staff and they're running one of the biggest MMORPGs ever. ... So can someone please explain to me why the World of Warcraft servers are the worst servers I have ever played on in all the times I've been playing MMORPGs, which is about 8 years now. We, as in me, and my guildmates and real-life friends who play this get lag space constantly with disconnects on regular occasions. Also, when there is mass PvP, my ping goes up to 1200 ms, the lag bar goes red, and everyone starts lagging if 2 PvP raids meet Horde raid and Ally raid. There's 99% chance the server will lag out and disconnect everyone. Couple this with the endless amount of bugs and gameplay problems, ... and a dot. I just ask, semicolon, where exactly is our money going? Seems all Blizzard doing lately are making useless changes, e.g. they made it so whenever a rogue falls in stealth, if they take any damage from the fall, even if it's just 1 damage, they come out of stealth, ... and a dot, close brackets, and that's it. I bet Blizzard team are just spending all that money on pies, belly dancers, and chicken soup, ... Blair. According to www.warcraftrealms.com, there are about 10,000 total players on the server I play. About 6K life, 4K Hawk, close bracket, and still lags. I've played games with 20,000 plus people online at the same time with no lag. ... And the servers were based in America too! ! Get your act together, lags hard. Careface. Edit. This isn't my real char, and I don't play Argent Dawn server. Yes. Now, it's very, very rare that we manage to find a rap for this week that is so totally incomprehensible that even the most streeted British rappers may not be able to handle it. However, nothing is impossible. Thank you to Shamgar Salt for totally butchering the English language in such a horrifically awful way that it warrants the award of Rap of the Month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, you all wanted me to get new material, so here you go. Each week I will write up a report of the biggest noob of the week on this server. Yes, I will be the judge because I'm the nooblet poning god, and I know a noob when I see one. However, sometimes some noobs are more noob than other noobs, so we have to distinguish the bad noobs from the ultra sucky worthless noobs. I'll give a reason and be all like, haha, this noob is Ted noob of the week, because then you'll all be like, oh, yeah, totally pwned. Actually, I think I'll make it first, second, third place, because there are so many noobs. We can't just have one noob of the week award. Third place, Kronos, 60 human warrior. Lols, this noob can't read, and I totally like pwned his face, and now he wants to act all tough like I didn't totally what the fuck pwn him. And lols, he sucks at life and sucks at this game like even more pwn noob. Ask your parents if you can re-roll, please. He said he'd read through 4 months of PvP logs to see if I beat him or not. Ha lols, get a life, lol noob. I pwned you like 8 times in a row, and then I was like, /pwn noob to you. Second place, Gruesome, minus 36, Torrent Druid. Lols, nice guild name. You obviously deserve third place, I mean Shizzle. You are proud to be a noob, I feel sorry for the horde. Please don't group with this noob, he talks smack and can't even back it up. You know my saying, act up, get smacked up. Please someone pwn this noob until I see him, so I can see him for days. Ha 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 ha, pwned. Also, this guy has no skills and no proof of skills either. This week's winner of 10 Noob of the Week award goes to Akasha. Level 44 warrior, pirates of Booty Bay. I mean, ha ha ha, lols, lols, lols. What warrior doesn't use intimidating shout? Question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark, question mark. Ha 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 ha. That's sick. How did you even level noob? Must have been soloing to wow time, because if you were in group I would have wiped everyone because of your noob skills and noob gear. Still wearing level 20 greens at level 40 plus. Don't you know you can get plate now, noob? Ha ha ha. Pwned, pwned, pwned in the face. Cares a clue. I'm gorgeous and you are ugly. You play with kangaroos and drink Fosters because you are too cheap to buy good beer in Oz. Ha ha ha. And nobody likes you. And your parents don't love you. Please lock yourself in a closet and never come out. Ha 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 ha. Oh man, yes, 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 yes. I love this. This is why I play this game, just to pwn noobs. It's so easy, made you for me, because I'm the greatest player ever. Oh yeah, for the peeps looking for wall, don't worry, here's all-time greatest noob. You remember him, the rogue with MC Epics, and I still, what the fuck, pwned his face. And he thought he had skills, but I woke that noob up to reality, which is this. You sucks walls, that's why you are called burnt toast. You lose, pwned, exclamation mark, 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 exclamation mark. Word.